All right, let's talk some politique souls, if that's even a word. It's not. General Flynn and whatnot. Uh, before it's news.com. Flynn and Al Gore. Whoa. Let me get ready. I gotta sit. Let me get situated for this one. Flynn and Al Gore. The North Pole. Papa Elf. Papa Elf sent me. Flynn and Al Gore. Al Gore. Testify in military court regarding 9/11. And Hennigan. Tom Hennigan reports in this broadcast, which there's a link to Vimeo. I'll link to this website. You can check their video. In this broadcast, he reports on some very exciting news. Yesterday was a huge day for patriots. Michael, and he's talking from Saturday, by the way. Michael Flynn and Al Gore were secret witnesses in a U.S. military court in the District of Columbia, D.C. Guys and girls, is this what I think it is? Remember that the court, the whole floor was whisked away. There's a secret court thing going on. No one can go inside. There was some, right? I think this may be who it was. This may be who it was. Interesting. They were witnesses regarding the links between 9/11 and the uranium-1 technology transfer to Russia. Also covered was the theft of the 2000 election by H.W. Bush, George Bush Jr. The reason they've been going after Michael Flynn so much is because he knew where all the bodies were buried. Now, I got to stop because I saw a video earlier today that I think I did send myself, and I think I'll do a quickie on it for you guys and just tell you, hey, go check this other YouTube video out. Here's the link. Where they put some very interesting connections, Arlington Cemetery, and the bodies are buried. Like they're making allegations now, conspiracy, that certain bodies are buried underneath that, not just soldiers and vets, and that there might be one of those deep underground military bases under there that these elitists thought they had for themselves. And the other day when they got the little card, their place has been, their hidey hole has been compromised. Again, it's really hard to follow some of this because how much of it's hearsay? A lot of it. And I don't want to go ahead and report it like, hey, guys, breaking news, like some of these other channels do, when it's just, again, I want it to be real. I want to believe me, like a child in Santa Claus. Like, hey, I want to believe. I believe Kofifi is the answer. Remember that weird text message on Twitter? Or not text, whatever. Trump did, Kofifi. Anyways, they were witnesses regarding the links between 9/11 and uranium-1 technology transfer to Russia. Also covered was the theft of the 2000 election by H.W. Bush. The reason they've been going after Michael Flynn so much is because he knew where all the bodies were buried. Pence also stuck the knife, which is interesting. Pence, Vice President. Pence also stuck the knife in his back, meaning Flynn, saying, he lied to me. He was told by the deep state to help them make sure Michael Flynn would not be by Trump's side, as he should have been. Flynn is a super patriot who bleeds red, white, and blue. The real job of the FBI these days is to clean and sweep up evidence that can fry the deep state. You can literally get away with anything if you're a Bush or Clinton or one of the lackeys like Robert Mueller. Flynn got microscopic dust samples providing explosives were used to bring down the towers and not jet fuel. This proves 9/11 was indeed an inside job and not done by savages operating out of the caves of Afghanistan. Flynn got the samples from the American Turkish Council with help from Sybil Edmonds. That's why, Sybil Edmonds. That's why Mueller broke all the laws and went after him. And I've followed some of the stuff from Sybil Edmonds, by the way. She is on top of her game, let me tell you that. Here's something that proves something secret is going on. Nobody could find out what this was all about. This might have been the location where Michael Flynn and Al Gore testified. Remember, only Al Gore and Jimmy Carter did not get special envelopes at the Bush funeral. They're the only ones who haven't committed treason. Now, my question is, did Pence? Did someone see Pence get one of those things? VP? I didn't see that. Maybe he did, and I just didn't catch that. I thought he was one of the good guys. Who knows? Journalists were kept away from a secret federal appeals court hearing on Friday in Washington, D.C., as officials sealed off an entire floor for arguments in a mysterious grand jury case which some believe could be related to the special counsel investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 elections. So you thought, huh? The case, known officially as in regards grand jury subpoena, has been sealed in its entirety when it comes to public records, as it moved from the district court to the appeals court level in recent months. Reporters at the courthouse, which is just down the hill from the U.S. Capitol, at first tried to gather outside the courtroom where the secret arguments were going to take place, but then security officials sealed off the entire fifth floor of the building, making it nearly impossible to find out who was involved in the matter. We have the lawless FBI leadership ignoring Congress again. Why is this still going on? Because he posts a link to AGC, is that Al Jazeera? I'm not sure. News, national government politics, entire federal courthouse sealed off, whatever. We have lawless FBI leadership ignoring Congress again. Why is this still going on? Because Reince Priebus, which is a Bush stooge, he says, told Donald Trump to pick Christopher Wray, another Bush stooge, to be the director of the FBI on his way out the door. That's why nothing good is happening. You listen to the deep state Bush Clinton stooges and you get the shaft every single time. Please stop hiring Bush stooges, President Trump. Hire patriots who realize the Bushes and Clintons were deep state cockroaches. Here's the latest regarding the lawless FBI. Send in the Marines and get the paperwork. The FBI has brazenly ignored Iowa Republican Senator Chuck Grassley's demand for information about the FBI's raid on Uranium One whistleblower Nate Kane. Grassley, the Senate Judiciary Committee chairman, set a firm deadline of December 12th for the FBI to respond. Inspector General Michael Horowitz, who has been a so-so figure in all of this melodrama, also did not respond to Grassley. We have not yet received answers to the chairman's questions on this matter, said a Grassley committee staffer. And he links to the story on bigleaguepolitics.com. Tom reports some of the fake news personalities look scared right now. They could be worried justice is coming for their deep state bosses and ultimately for them. They are complicit in telling huge lies to the American people for the deep state. Tom reports in this broadcast that Sean Hannity knows he covered up for Bush, as did many others. Wait a minute. Tom reports in this broadcast that Sean Hannity knows he covered up for Bush. He who? He who exactly covered up? He is a traitor to the Republic just the same as Rachel Maddow. He's talking about Sean Hannity? I doubt that. And the rest of the prostitutes who told us nothing but lies since JFK was killed in a plot involving Papa Bush and many other deep state players. Papa Bush was at Daley Plaza with his son, George W. Bush. He was so proud of what he was involved with that he brought his son. Bush Sr. always said he did not recall where he was when he heard JFK was shot. He doesn't remember. But he's standing in front of that book repository. They got pictures of him, which they're showing right now. I'm not going to bother, but why have they lied about everything for so long? For a big fat paycheck, of course. The worst type of human is somebody who cares more about money than the truth of their country. H.W. Bush and the Clinton Foundation used the stolen Wanta Reagan Mitterrand funds, over $20 trillion, to buy up the entire U.S. media as well as both political parties. I've heard about that Wanta thing. It ties in with Nassar and all that. And I'm like, there's... my instinct right off the bat is like, I think it's fake news. But I've come across it. I did it so years ago. I spent a lot of time researching it back then, and I walked away saying, I think this whole Nassar thing is going to be bunk. The packets are in the mail. Oh, the Clintons stopped them again. The Bushes stopped them this time. This has been going on for like 10 years. Packages are in the mail for every. Oh, no, they're not. I'm not feeling that. I got to be honest. Anyways, the fake news and people like Alex Jones covered all this up for all these years and said it was fake. Again, I can raise my hand. I think some of that stuff's fake too. To be honest with you, a military court has just ordered that Mr. Wanta, to be paid because the Treasury Department has been lying to Trump and telling him it was paid. Sean Hannity protects the Bushes always and has led President Trump astray repeatedly by telling him not to fire Rod Rosenstein and Jeff Sessions. Trump has been lied to repeatedly by those around him who are pure evil and pulling the wool over his eyes. I mean, maybe, again, what if he's kept those guys there on purpose? Q had said, trust Sessions. Why is Rod Rosenstein there? To help bury himself even further. So I don't know. It's, again, and I don't blame this guy, this article writer, for feeling the way he does. There's a lot of disinformation and who knows what, So it says some idiot told Trump to pick William Barr, who was a Bush loyalist and could never be trusted. You keep picking Bush stooges and nothing will ever get done to drain the swamp because 90% of the swamp was put there by H.W. Bush and his minions. Hennigan says Trump picked Brett Kavanaugh because homosexual in the closet Mitch McConnell told him to. He got fooled again. Tom Hennigan warned Trump's people about picking Bush stooge Kavanaugh, but he listened to those who are not his friends again. And now we see Kavanaugh just stuck the knife in all our backs and voted to keep killing God's babies by not hearing a case. Here's that story. Again, the Roe versus, or is it Roe versus, whatever the hell it is. You saw what they tried to do to Kavanaugh. Fake Christine Blasey, rape accusation. Like, you think they would do that on one of their own, that they want to become the Supreme Court? No. They would have had the Senate, the Democrats, the Republicans confirm them immediately. So again, this particular individual, I think, because of so much fake news, doesn't know what to believe, thinks he's got something going on, but personally, between me and you, I think he's off on a few things. But the main piece of this thing, the reason I'm doing this video, was the very beginning. Michael Flynn and potentially Al Gore, witnesses in this sealed off court thing. Now that is interesting, and that is why I read you this. The rest of it, maybe could be taken with a grain of salt. I don't know. Take care.